Beautiful people. I'm in Corte. I was very tired when I got here. Partly because my suitcase is so heavy and I had to drag it up endless outdoor staircases. And I was lying on the bed channeling some stuff for some solstice readings, because that's what we're here for, the solstice in the mountains. And there are so many swifts flying by, and as soon as I sat down to do the video and woke myself up, they've all gone. But I don't know how long we'll there were some, I just saw them, but they make a lovely noise as well. Wassail Kathy. I don't know how long I can sit like this with the sun on my legs. Wassail E. So yeah, I wanted to share the swifts. There we go. And the gorgeous mountain. And I don't know whether... hang on a minute. Let's turn this round. There's the view from one window. Just gorgeous. And here is the view from the other window. So, and I'm sitting in blazing sunshine, which I quite enjoy. But I'm keeping my hat on. There's the swifts. So, might just sit and watch the swifts. Instead of doing a reading. Wassail Joanne. Oh wow, it's so early. Wassail step, wassail. Oh, I can't see all the words. Missy G. So, well, it looks like I've got the Alchemy of Astrology deck in my hand. I'm going to rifle it. I've also got, look, I arrived here and the shop didn't sell very many things, but it did sell beautiful cherries from the Provence, from the Provence region in France. My goodness, they're so... Can I make that light up in its true colour? So, help yourself to cherries, people. So I just read up on the swifts, and they come here to breed after they've been holidaying in Africa. I'm not planning on breeding anything myself. Oh good, go and get some cherries, Joanne. Oh, look, he's just fallen on my leg. I think this is my favourite card in the Alchemy deck. That looks like cherry staining. Ooh, cherry baby, cherry baby. Cosmic Shaman. I can't read the cards with my glasses on. I can't read the computer with them not on. This is troublesome. So the singer of existence, a true mystical experience, the sacred song of life. I mean, look, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little bit more settled with Sedna. Trouble is, she's going to shift October, November time back into Taurus. Sorry, I'm getting the Swifts going by. I'm putting on quite a show for you, which is just beautiful. But they usually have a noise too. Oh, I'm getting very burny legs. So, we got 2 cards. Oh. So, what are we singing into existence now that Sedna is in Gemini? We're back with Venus. There we go. She's looking very shiny. Venus, and down on the floor, Neptune. Now, I was getting a message from Neptune. Let me see if I can find it. There's something here about this conjoining energy. Now they're not, but there's something to do with Neptune having a hand in the birth of Venus. And I don't mean in the mythology, because he's still inside Grandpapa. But there's something within this about, when I was channeling earlier, it was a message to do with Neptune versus Oceanus. So Oceanus is the Trevi Fountain in Rome. It's not Neptune, and everyone thinks it is. But there's a difference between Neptune, god of the sea, and Oceanus, who is kind of like this, the source of all water. But there's also something within the energy of, look, I always go in the sea to cleanse. I'm slightly mistrustful of ponds. I don't care what kind of sea life there is, but ponds bother me for some reason. There's something still and weighty and static and stagnant. It still holds life, but there's something about a pond, although fresh water is so beautiful. But here, just outside, there's a beach, as they call it, but it's on a gushing river, and that's my kind of source water. So I'm going to go tomorrow, probably, and get gushed. But it still feels like it's Neptune frequency. But we always think of Neptune as being salt water. So maybe it's Oceanus. So let's carry on with the Alchemy of Astrology deck. Someone else arrived. I don't want 13 people. That's good. Someone left. So stop showing me 13s now. Oh, it's gone back. 14. 15. Just come on. Not that 13. I'm going to add it together with the 5 and make a 9. Now it's a 10. So, something about cleansing without the salt. Oh, so it's got something to do with the 3 primes in alchemy. So the 3 primes are also in the zodiac. They are mutable, cardinal, and fixed. And there's something about the ancestral echoes that currently require, I want to say, a royal bath. So getting into a bathtub, none of this showering shit, people. Wassail, Esther. So you need a bath. All of you, all of us. We need sometimes to go through the process of a royal bath, a soul ablution. So that's the energy that I'm picking up. But it won't do in chlorine. It won't do in the sea or the ocean. It won't do in a pond. It needs to be water that you run. And while the water runs, you need to give the water the cleansing intention. You need to almost sing the water's existence for the purpose of you bathing and cleansing and removing Sedna. Because she is a sea goddess. So yes, soul ablutions. It's a very beautiful notion. I've done it a lot in my life where you choose a moment to completely wash yourself in a sacred way. And that involves sinking into the water that you're lying in, thinking about things that you would like to release. All those swifts, they're getting excited by this message. And really allowing that moment also when you decide to pull the plug on your bath. You know, you can wash and you can use whatever you want to use. You can scent it with oils. You could take a small piece of muslin and fill it with oatmeal and herbs and let the hot water run through the bag. Take the bag, squeeze it, pad it. Everything, a soul ablution, this kind of sacred bath, is when you honor your body, your biome, your spirit, and then when you pull the plug, you need to allow, you need to stand, you need to allow the removal of all that filthy energy to roll out from you. Allow it to go down, stand and feel that go down. Then take a shower. Greedy, I know, but occasionally you do need sacred soul ablutions. And you've got to do it singing love for yourself. They've gone a long way away. I might have a cherry while I go and pick them up. Sorry, Steph. I'm trying to get the stone out. As I'm picking them up, I'm seeing the 3 cards, and I can hear Spirit saying to me, get flirty with the dirty. So, get flirty with the dirty. Tell you about Sedna. So Sedna is the furthest asteroid, small planet, from on the outside, the extreme outside. She's in the Oort belt, and she takes 10,000 years to orbit the sun, and within the next 40 or 50 years she will make her closest pass to the Earth. And when she was last here was the beginning of the Neolithic age. And then when she went through, she's been through quite a few suns. I know that when she was in Scorpio for a long period, because that's on the ecliptic of her journey, that created the Egyptian death cults. And so she has a very great effect on the consciousness of humanity. So she's been in Taurus, also Aries, throughout the last century. And so this change is a really important one. It's taking the box of the consciousness of humankind, and she's stamped all over that box, and she's thrown it away so that we can actually create new thoughts. Being shown an 888, 888, 888. On a 505. So this 505 is interesting. So it's talking about a completion and a new beginning, but that 0 in the middle of the 505 is where you start to become more harmoniously comfortable within the idea of transforming things within your consciousness. Letting go of the old, that's what Neptune's here for. But I think there is a really strong connection to Oceanus. Can't read what Lana said then. Yeah, it is important. I mean, I've always been someone who I just kind of feel I don't want to let any kind of negativity in. But it does get there. It really does. So let's go to the runes. I want to put some rune stones down first. I'm going to pull my shorts up. You don't need to see that. But I need a bit more sun. Otherwise I'm going to have funny marks on my leg. I think it's 32 degrees Celsius here, which is probably about 95, 96. But I'm high on a hill. High on a hill with a lonely goat herd, the hill, the hill, the hill. Julie Andrews won't leave me alone. So Kawar is coming with, sorry, high on a hill, so there's a nice breeze, so all the windows open. It's coming with personal Yggdrasil tree, esque. So you are singing into existence with this. I would say do this ablution before solstice. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going down to that river. I can hear it gushing. Can we see it? Let's go and see if we can see it. Sorry, let me just finish these 3 runes I've got in my hand. Leafshade. So Leafshade is all about the comfort of the love you create for yourself, and that will bring you the love back through others. And then we've got Neptune Manure. It's time for new codes, new ancestral codes. Let's go and see if we can see this. Oh, tripped over the rocking chair. Look, it's just, you can see a bridge just here, and this is the gushing river, and somewhere down around there is where I can go and do a sacred soul ablution. Oh, I can see the river. Hang on. Zooming in. I have to put this down to try and stabilize it. There it is. Just there. And lower down, you can see it gushing. How exciting. Yeah, I would say you will never know the kind of healer you are. Even me, you know, I know I can do sound healing, but the sound healing transforms for me. I mean, I knew that was a gift, but I didn't want to embrace it, Lana, to be honest, because it freaked me out. But you need, it is that energy again of heal thyself. You have to be healed. So in the early days when I used to do sound healing, when I was all over the place. I didn't understand the gift, the talent, why I had it, what it was meant for. But when doing it, I would get a veil of sweat across me to stop my own emotional energy entering other people. Now I know how to stand separate from it, and I only wish love and beauty in the healings. So I have to have another cherry. Some more runes. We want one for Leo. Them Swifts, they love the runes. It's because they nest on cliff edges. There's so many of them. Swifts are the new wolves. So look, Leo. This is considering charisma. So it's talking about you looking at your character. It's talking about digestion. Because in the alchemical processes, in the magnum opus, each zodiac sign represents a different part of the alchemical process. So Leo is about digestion, because you just made a solution in Cancer, and now you're digesting it, and then you distill it. But this is also to discern and to comprehend, and it's coming here with Earth Masion. So there's something about planting the seeds of a new Yggdrasil, but your new Yggdrasil tree, I want to say it has to be a bit of a comedy tree. It doesn't want to be a serious tree. Seriously, no serious tree. It wants laughter. Spirit wants more joy. So don't go planting some kind of pretty Japanese Acer. You need to go and plant a bit of a clown tree. I hate clowns. So look. This is comfort seeking, this trine energy, coming with night. So it's almost like saying, sharing your joy with your inner troll, cheering up your depressed self, having a giggle and a laugh at all the errors. So yesterday in my hotel there was a very strange little platform into the bathroom which I couldn't fix into my head, and I tripped up it every single time I went in the bathroom. And it should get more frustrating, but instead it just became more and more comical to me. And when I walk into door frames, I just giggle now. We have to try and find the funny side. Because I had an ex who would punch holes in a door if the door hit him. I mean, he didn't do it deliberately. He hasn't got a thought process. But it would rile him. And I met a lot of people who get crazy with inanimate objects. And I think that they're magnetizing the true life of the object. Because a wooden door, bricks, they were all once part of something else with a living soul. And they've given up their existence to become transformed into something else. And so us being annoyed with something beautiful that has transformed itself to make our world more comfortable, and that's what this is. Here, harmonious comfort. And it's just kind of reminding us that we need to have a kind of benevolence towards the many beautiful things around us. I'm saving a message. Well, I think I am. I might have to get it now because it's come into my head. I could hear the trees. There were such beautiful trees on the train ride here. And I could really hear them telling a little few words. And I wrote it down, but I thought it was incomplete and that they would give me some more. But we do have personal Yggdrasil here. So, it was saying trees. They said we wove and we weave. We live and we breathe. We remain to sustain. We know we will go if you cannot grow with us. That was a really strong message. We weave, no, sorry, it's we wove, because they were saying we wove a world before you were here. That was the point they were making. So it was we wove and we weave. We live and we breathe. We remain to sustain. We know we will go if you cannot grow with us. Beautiful words from the trees. I wasn't going to share that yet. What are you doing to me, people here? I have to have a cherry now as a reward. Like the bowl of cherries. Right, we need a rune for soot. Oh, those cherries are so delicious. Maybe I'll just go on a cherry diet. Maybe just only eat the things that are pure tree joy. Look, I'm praising the cherries, I'm praising the trees. Well, look, I've got cherry juice down my chin, but it's just sweat. I've got astigmatism too. So this one, that's interesting. Look. Newer came out, and that's on Neptune. So like new coding, new life, new feelings. And on Soot, the Massa Confuser, this is all of the physical elements. We've got Was rising. So 45 and 46. Wassail Atelier Stardust. There's lots of ateliers here. Every shop's an atelier. So there's something here about the rising cellular transformation, but it comes from the desire to sing more love into your current existence. With this soul ablution that we're all doing before the solstice, so you really need to do it tomorrow. I get a layer of sweat all over me. How exciting. That's a nice number, 60. So I'm going to pop these cards back. And then we're going to go to the Liffruma deck. And see what message you have. And then I'm going to sign off before I melt. I feel so young, people, now. I'm only going to be 55. The only thing is, it's a really hard number to say without my top teeth. So, it's gone very quiet on the Swift front. I think I might have to shift slightly. Come here, people. Right, so I'm still shuffling the same deck. It's all them cherries, they're confusing me. Hail to the cherry. They might not let you play with us anymore, Eve. There are a lot of Virgos. You know why it is though? You know why there's a lot of Virgos? I don't know statistically if it's true or whether they're just more spiritually connected. It's because people get a little bit kind of fruity at Christmas. So you get a lot of Virgo babies. It's all that cold weather in the northern hemisphere. People snuggle up close. So basically, if you're born around the 21st, around the equinox of September, you were conceived on Christmas. I worked it out. Because I was meant to be born that day, and I was 10 days late. Eve is in her 30s, she just says she's in her 40s, because then people go, wow, Eve, you look amazing. Right, but you know what? That card turned around and I put it back and that card fell out again. Treadle, pay attention, people. By people I meant Kathy. Kathy, it's treadle. So we have treadle, barefoot, rare foot. I'm barefoot at the moment. It's too hot for anything else. I'm so dribbling with sweat. It's not cherry juice. Anyone that says it is lying. So we got treadle. I'm feeling that treadle, because if you look at treadle, it's like rock pooling. It's like walking in water, but it's not salt water. No salt water for the moment. Look at another salt water bar, but no salt water. You can't materialize. You need to open yourself up to the energy of being mutable so that you can have a new idea at this solstice. The salt comes at the end when you fix it in. Wassail green pixie. There's a place somewhere in Sardinia called Pixiu Beach or something. There's another card. They're all falling. All the cards are falling at my treadles. Oh, can't pick it up. Walk with Magic, Wickercraft. There's something about this that's showing me the energy of a growing, intentional mountain of magic being drawn towards you. Swifts are back, it must be true. I just need to stare at them for a minute because there's something about those two cards. So I'm seeing a couple of things. I'm seeing the energy of a whale and I'm hearing the whale sing. I'm seeing the energy of a dirtier foot and a cleansed foot. So that's part of the soul ablutions. That bit at the end when I said pull out the plug and then let your energy roll down, all the water to go through your feet, let it run from the soles of your feet. I'm also seeing a black flower which is making me think of a film called Black Narcissus, which I don't think I've ever seen. But the idea of, again going back to that night, learning how to love the beauty of your darkness, because it's only by connecting with your darkness truly that you will begin to appreciate the light and the beauty, the nutrients within. I'm going to keep shuffling, but I'm tempted to pick up some more runes, ceramics. Wassail Mary Bay. So there's a beautiful view of the Rock High Citadel that's further up here. We go there at some point, but ablutions first. Perth. 4565. 4565. I don't know what that means. Well, I mean, I can work it out, but Wassail very can. This is the surge, the cosmic surge. This is the ripe pear. This is the fruits of our labours that the cosmos offers us. But again, it's going back to that energy. Look, you can see the pear tree here in the background. And in the poem, it talks about how ripe the pear is, as ripe as these cherries. But there's something within this, the story of each morning the Norns, who weave all the fates of everybody, they wash the roots of the Yggdrasil tree. Oh, that's what it was, washing of the feet. There's something, okay, so the other day when I was walking in the UK, I could feel like a broken Mercury or Hermes wing on the back of my ankle, and it kept knocking my other ankle as I was walking. And at first I was like, oh, I can't fly properly, I'm wounded. But actually, it's like an attachment that belongs to our ancestral echoes, but also to the old energy of Earth. Because it's showing itself as a wing. It's showing itself as a broken air energy waiting to take off. And at first I was thinking of removing the the attachment. Let's just call it the attachment. It was like some kind of linking me, holding me down. And I just thought, you know, I'm not going to remove it. I'm going to leave it there. But tomorrow, I will wash it off. Things sometimes have to happen in their own time. So I feel like it's a reference to the idea that it's very important at this time to use clean water, not salt water, to give ourselves some soul ablutions. It's time to fully remove our energy so that we can take flight. Now that's been a message, that was in the message this morning about becoming the flying Pegasus. Let's get some cherries on those cards. Let's get some runes, some ceramics. And then I have to stop because I am really sweating. It's gorgeous, but the breeze has stopped. Also, the sun is right here, whereas before it wasn't coming in through the window. So was she conceived at Christmas, Lana? Just asking. So, here we have God. So, the spears, the cross spears, the option for a transformation, a movement from an energetic Ganunga gap that belonged to Earth and shifting our energy to a Ganunga gap. I can't make a Ganunga gap, and I'm certainly not making a heart. For air, this is a moment to transform your magic from the old Earth magic to the new air magic. Now, pay attention. What's fascinating about air magic is it contains all of the elements in the air. So air contains water because you get moisture in the air. Air also is made up of the molecules of different gases, and they belong to the Earth and to the cosmos. So there, how Earth is also in air. And then, when there is sunlight or moonlight, there is also fire, light, inside the air. So utilising air magic as the new earth magic, you will find it much more beneficial. Yeah, air is the supercarrier, and we're in air epoch now for 200 years. But look, air magic is selfless magic. You can't be selfish with it. So here, it's interesting. It came out showing itself this way up as another treadle. But actually, it's the test. Can you pass the new Wickercraft, the energy, the test of utilising magic for the good of all? Because that's the kind of magic that gets answered. Magic for the good of all. And then we want one for Perv. One for Perv. Eve, look, it's 44 minutes. Perv, life force, sigil, seal. So, this is that energy of bringing our life force up to date, taking away, and that's what we've been talking about, natal birth moments. Because you can also, which I've done, you can also do a gestation birth chart to see the kind of energies that were rolling on through the world while you were growing and while your loving consciousness was being distorted to match a physical existence. And we keep getting this message of updating our life our natal charts, our life force, bringing it forward so that it can shine its energy, it can perv towards our future and stop just being an echo of our past. So I think that's the message again that we're getting. This is the time to give yourself a soul ablution and to work out how to bring your life force bang up to date and go out and achieve a new future frequency. Just going to look at the bottom of both decks. Tia, love and compassion. He was also in the reading this morning. And on the bottom here we have pulverize. So pulverize really isn't necessarily about breaking up the rock. It's atomizing pains. So pulverize really is the energy of not picking up the rock of your own homemade lifetime of traumas and smacking yourself around the head with it. It's about turning all those moments, breaking them apart, transforming them into a powder so that you can throw them in the air and walk through the powder, that cloud of air, and it feels different. It's no longer the heavy, rocky earth energy that we keep striking ourselves on the head with. It's time to take your traumas and atomize them so that you can walk through them. So that's the message. I'm sweating. So I hope that was fun, people. And I'm going to do my soul ablutions, as I said, down there in the river tomorrow. Oh yes, she does. She has a very big wand, if that's what you're talking about. This is the vulva on the Wickercraft card. If you can't see the poems, you can go on to Liffruma.com, go to the runes part, and every single card is shown and you can read the poems, but if you touch on them, you will also get the background of the words and the sounds, and you'll also get 13 word bursts. And look, the plan is that you will leave comments on each of the runes saying the energy that you feel about them so that we can expand the knowledge base. This is meant to be a collective project, so all of you, go on Liffruma.com, go to the runes and start messaging each other about what the cards mean, what individual runes mean to you on many different levels. Because the bigger the database grows and the more fascinating the whole subject can become. Oh, the breeze is picking up now. So I'm going to eat cherries while I'm looking at you, commenting. There's the link. There are the Swift. I'm telling you, cherries from Provence, they're very beautiful. They actually taste of cherry and not water. What do you say? Cherries. I thank the spirit cherry for being so gorgeous. So, if no one's got anything else to say, I'm going to wave Wassail goodbye. Finish that cherry first, though. So, I will catch up with you all tomorrow after my soul ablution, and then I really need to get on with this solstice reading. Okay, so, Wassail, beautiful people.